My name is Margaret Maye. If anyone is reading this, I felt compelled to write my thoughts down should something happen to me. This documents my time at a place called the Fort, as one of its nurses and later as one of its doctors. The rumors were true. The land is infested with a sickness I have never seen before. The people here share in the strangeness of this place. Most common courtesies I learned growing up no longer exist. Adjusting has been difficult, but it gives me good relief to see big smiles and happy spirits despite living amongst all this muck. It was always hard for me learning new tricks, but luckily the change in scenery didn't really affect hospital life. Things are still tough. You sleep in shifts, share 2 beds. There's always coughing or someone throwing up bile downstairs. What I didn't expect was how little staff we had. Only 2 doctors and 1 fellow nurse, Dr. Robin, Dr. Finley, and Vinetrine. All that against whatever evils are outside this fort. Fat chance. Whatever hope I had of a cushy few days settling in was soon killed in its crib. Expeditions soon came in hard and fast, frequently in the throes of a nap or handling the delicate vial of blight. Some guard or guild or whoever bursts in and tells you that you're needed south, or that there are injured coming in from the south. Good to see some things still haven't changed. My colleagues are strange. I've only been here a few days now, and I've been warned multiple times of Dr. Robin's exploits, his cunning, which I've found strange because he looks as though he barely graduated the academy. Dr. Finley has holed himself up in his study, insisting he'd not be bothered, and Vinetrine has been a source of comfort for me in this strange place, though I worry for her sometimes. The Sisters of the Foreign help us occasionally with the business of the day, but they always seem to look so young and frightened. I'm tempted to give them the day off, but then another guardsman comes in limping, or holding his guts. Time passes, and I feel these entries become somewhat of a bereavement rather than a diary. The men here throw themselves south with no concern for their lives, hoping some great death will make their life matter. Barely an hour back from the mission to some moldy swamp, and I have to command a hospital during likely its biggest casualty event. Dr. Robin was unconscious for a duration of it, leaving me and Vinetrine, the 2 nurses, to ensure everyone got the care that they needed until he woke up. Given how many were injured, it was a miracle we pulled through without tragedy. There was one death, though. A guardswoman I couldn't remember the name of at the time. But I'll never forget the way she looked at me when she realized I'd made a fatal mistake. Dr. Robin is starting to worry me. He grows paler by the day. He refuses to eat. Vinetrine spends more time outside with the vagabonds each night. And Dr. Finley has inexplicably headed north. I've been offloaded with most of the hospital busy work in the meantime, while everyone does their best to focus on the cure that they've been developing for years. I soon learnt where the sudden effort had been conjured. Robin had been infected with blight, and likely only has days left to live. I didn't say a word, but I said a silent prayer for him that night, for the first time in years. Woke up a few days later to some genuine good news. Dr. Robin had synthesized a potential cure to the blight, one that mixed with the blood of a coven sister named Evie Webb, someone with whom I'd grown rather close. It pushed back the blight from corrupting all that it touched. After a few days of testing, Dr. Robin surmised that this cure would only affect those moderately infected by the blight. We also found out that the vaccine itself worked after Robin injected himself with it overnight. We cheered and drank wine, but we both knew the heavy cost it would bear. I watched Evie hug her sisters goodbye, lie to their faces telling them she was ready to go. I watched her lover sit by her side and promise to read her books, one chapter a night. And eventually, I watched her grow weak and cold and content. Her sacrifice meant the potential ending of this sickness. We spent hours in the night preparing our documents in case we never made it back, so the next generation of doctors can pry a proper cure from our notes. I just hope when they do, they don't forget the sacrifice Evie went through to make sure it would happen. Everything was prepared. The captain had announced a huge march to the south. Myself, Vinatrine, and Dr. Robin had been called to join them. I don't know what waits for us at Blackwell. Everyone in New Galleon seems to be giving up on us, so this is our last desperate push to the south, to carve a hole in the heart of whatever made this blight. Coming here a month ago was never something I thought I'd be capable of doing, let alone wanting to do. I could have left and hightailed it back any time I wanted, but I've grown to care for these people of the fort and their strange ways. Time to go. I miss you, Mama. I hope to see you soon. Margaret Maye.